Hello again and welcome to our final newsletter for Term 2. And what a term it has been. As you all know, we had the COVID disruption. However, that didn't actually prevent Kirwan High School from going on and doing great things. We've created the first virtual open day for Kirwan State High School, and I'm sure many of you have already seen that, and that was a tremendous success. We've almost finished filming our lip dub, so that you'll be able to celebrate more of the great things that we have here at Kirwan High School. Students have come back, they've settled back down into classroom learning. Teachers are really happy with the way they've been going. We've done the assessment. Reporting will happen early next term, and then we will be able to do some three-way conversations, so you will be invited to those, and more information will come out about that next term, as well as a whole lot of other terrific things that we've been able to achieve. Students are really excited about the fact that they can get back into their extracurricular activities in the Creative Arts Department. Sport will start up again, inter-school sport will start up again next term. So things are slowly getting back to what we loved and enjoyed about our extracurricular activities. And we're able to come back together as a community next term as well, through assemblies and full staff meetings, so that we can all have those great face-to-face opportunities. Of course, using very, very strict COVID practices. So life is becoming perhaps what we used to think was normal. And of course, there's a lot of things that we're still doing that we weren't doing before that make it that little bit different. But I think the transition from at home to on-site learning has been really successful here at Kirwan, and we're really looking forward to continuing that journey in Term 3. Today though, I thought I would invite two of our fantastic beginning teachers to have a chat with you, just to let you know what it's like to start in the profession of teaching, particularly in a year that's had such enormous disruption. And both of these young people are from our mathematics department, and they are outstanding, as are all of our beginning teachers that have started here with us this year. And they would like to share their experiences with you. So we have two of our beginning teachers here with us today, both of whom had their graduation ceremonies in the mathematics department yesterday. Now I thought I might just have a little chat with these two young people, just to find out how they're finding teaching, the profession that they have so proudly joined this year. But also there's something unique about these two young people, and that is that they were actually, Angela was studying to be an engineer before she made the decision to change into teaching, and Adam was actually working as an engineer for a couple of years and then decided that that wasn't for him, and he became a teacher. And of course, being a teacher myself, I'm really, really thrilled that they made that decision. But I thought we could just have a bit of a conversation and find out what was it that drew them to teaching rather than to continue in the profession that they had started in. So if I start with you first, Adam. So how's your first year of teaching going? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. So, coming to every day and enjoying my job is the main reason I keep getting up every day, so it's great, yeah.
And what about the fact that you're teaching mathematics? You enjoy mathematics?
Yeah, I've been a maths nerd since I was about 5, so yeah. I love passing on the knowledge that I have onto the youngsters, so yeah.
That's terrific. And Angela, are you having an enjoyable time here at the moment?
Yes, I definitely am. It's been so much more than I thought it would be, definitely.
What do you mean by that?
I just think children are so complex and every day is different, so you will never have a boring day.
That is very true.
Spot on.
Do you feel like you're making a difference for the young people in your classes?
Slowly, yeah.
It takes time. Yeah. Okay. And if you had to talk about a highlight for the year, what would you say it was so far?
I definitely think it's been seeing my year 12s grow and develop into young adults.
Yeah, that's true. That's always great to watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what about you, Adam? What's your highlight?
I would say my year 7s all getting A's on their first exam.
Getting A's?
Yeah, I think one kid got like a B+, and that was crazy. They were all just so hyped, and it was awesome. It was such a good feeling in the room.
That is a highlight.
Yeah.
I don't think too many teachers have ever experienced that highlight, so that's fabulous. Well done. Now, you had studied to become an engineer and worked in the profession for 2 years. So what was it that made you decide this is not really for me? What do you think?
So I'm very much a people person, and a lot of the engineering jobs, or the ones that I had, was very isolated, and I found it was just going to work doing the same thing every day, and it just wasn't for me. I had a crack and found out it wasn't working. But at the time, I was doing a lot of tutoring, and I was like, I really like this. This is awesome. Like, I love this interaction with the kids, and so that was, it was kind of the back mind telling me, go do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you made that decision?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
A good decision?
Yes, very much so. I'm much happier now in this job than I was in my last one, so.
That's great. Well done. And what about you, Angela? What made you decide? Because you were studying engineering, weren't you?
Yeah, I guess it's very similar. Like, I love maths, and you can have fun doing maths yourself, but I think it's more fun when you're sharing it and you can see other people learning it and learning to love maths as well.
So, Adam and Angela, you have actually come into teaching in probably the most challenging year we've ever had in education, with the disruption through COVID-19. Can you just tell me, have a think about what have you learned out of that, and how do you think that has probably given you opportunities to do things in your first year of education that you probably wouldn't have expected to be doing in terms of how you were teaching? Angela?
I think it made me realise you have to be very flexible as a teacher because you never know what's going to happen. And I think obviously it improved our information technology skills. So having to teach digitally was huge. So it was really interesting learning about all the different options that are out there, I guess. There's a lot of platforms already in place that we can use, and seeing how the students interact with technology, you would assume because they're the younger generation that they would be really adept, but a lot of them actually are lacking those skills with technology. They, otherwise you would have assumed that they had. So that was, I guess, a big learning curve. Learning the technology ourselves, and then having to teach it to the students so they can engage with the work in a meaningful way while they're at home.
When you had very little time.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Challenging, but a great learning experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Adam?
Yeah, most of the same. Like, it was the ability to rapidly increase my knowledge on teaching with ICTs, and same thing. You would think with the kids always being on their phones that they would be so prolific in technology, but they just not as much. I think another big thing was staying in contact with parents. So because we didn't have the children here, we had to make sure that they were on the right path, doing the right things, and that was a lot of emphasis on just contacting the parents and making sure they knew what was going on, and them telling us what was going on. So it was just a lot of things that you learn over time. We learned very quickly, so it was a crash course and trial by fire, that sort of thing.
And I think that's a really important thing to remember, that the relationship between you and the student is really important, but the relationship between the parent or the caregiver is really important as well, because they would have all been sitting at home really worried about how their children were going and not feeling confident themselves in what they should do and how they should do it. So it's great to see that you've worked that out and really kept in contact with them, because that's just and I guess too for you, you had your own disappointments as well through COVID. You couldn't have a graduation ceremony even though you graduated from university. And we at Kirwan had a number of beginning teachers, and we knew that. So we decided that all of the heads of department got together and said, well, let's create a graduation ceremony for these young people at school. So you got to don the cap and gown yesterday in the maths department and have your parents come along and have a mini graduation ceremony. Was that special for you, Adam?
Yeah, it really was. It was almost better than a normal graduation because it was just us. Okay. There was not the whole cohort. It was just a focus on us. Everyone had such nice things to say. Our parents came, they were chuffed, everyone was chuffed. It was awesome. It was a really good experience. I loved it.
Oh, that's great. What about you, Anne?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a lot more personal. You got to hear from your mentors, both at university and here at school. Be surrounded by the people you've been learning from the past year. So that was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that's all part of being part of a great community like Kirwan High School. So you got to experience that in a really lovely way. So well done. And once again, welcome to a great school, a good place to be, Kirwan High, and to the maths department, which I know has welcomed you with open arms. And you are doing a great job. And I'm sure there are many parents and community members out there listening today who already know your names from their children and are really happy to have you on board as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now you've heard what a great school we are from the mouths of two people who have just joined us. Well, I hope all of you have a really relaxing holiday. I hope you have time to come together again as a family, and that you are able to maybe do some exploring if that's what you would like to do and go away on a holiday. But just take some time to relax. Your children will be tired and they will need time to relax and enjoy just being at home again. Can I remind you that we are a uniform school and that we would like to see all of our students in one of the Kirwan High jumpers because we will be in even cooler months next term. And I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful children's faces again next term. Thank you.